Hey, it's Kia, and we're talking powdery fragrances today. Here I have 5 powdery fragrances to talk about. How did I get 5? I do not know. Powder is one of my least favorite notes in a fragrance. That, along with musk, I've just never really been into it, but I want to learn to appreciate them, especially musk, because it brings a sensual element to warm up a fragrance without it going too deep and gourmand or dark. So let's start off real quick. I have the Gucci Pour Femme. This came out in 2020, right before Valentine's Day, I believe. And it had a matching male fragrance. This, a powdery, bright scent that really, for me, because of the advertisement, the pink bottle, it was just feminine, floral, bright, and just the beginning of spring. It signified all of that for me. And then my sister told me it smelled like a baby wipe. Now, that's not what I wanted. I think I was okay with it being kind of powdery, but it just was a fresh scent to me. But when she said that, it took me back to why I really don't prefer powdery fragrances, and that's because I associate powder with babies. Growing up as a kid, I don't know about you guys, but after you get out the bath, and it's the summertime, you got to slap on powder. And I would just remember visions of seeing other kids with powder up their necks and trying to stay fresh. And as a grown woman, you don't really want to be associated with that. But this one I was okay with until my sister gave me the dreaded news that it smelled like a baby wipe. So in this, really quickly, we have the narcissus flower that this is centered around. I really don't know what a narcissus flower smells like as a single note, but when I looked it up, it just said it's a floral with green nuances with hints of hay and tobacco. So this is classified as a fruity floriental chypre, and that's with top notes of bergamot, grapefruit, and a watery accord. And this has raspberry in the heart of it with violet and jasmine sambac. The base has musk, patchouli, prisma, and mineral amber. So I'm thinking mineral amber might be a little bit lighter, but this is a brighter floral. Did I say it has patchouli? Yeah. And that's a little bit brighter. Let's move on to the next one. This is my least favorite one. This one, look at this beauty. It's a diamond, and it has this prismatic iridescence on it. Can you see it? It flashes pink and lavender. It's part of the La Nuit Tresor line. Literally got this because of the bottle. Like, it just didn't even matter what it smelled like. I didn't look at notes. I didn't care. I needed the bottle, and I knew it was gonna smell good anyway because it's part of the La Nuit Tresor line. Plus, it was kind of new. I think I hadn't really heard anybody talking about it. I guess it didn't matter because I never even looked at the notes online. Like, I got it. My baby was in my hands. I'm so excited to have it as part of my collection, and cringe. It's powdery. Powdery. So it smells like the other one. And this one has raspberry, violet, leaf, and white musk. They're super, the notes look similar without that citrusy top. The heart of the Gucci Pour Femme is actually the top of this one, so that raspberry, and it brings it down a little bit. But this does have rose, freesia, jasmine, and white musk in the heart. And at the base is white musk, sandalwood, almond, patchouli, and vanilla. So that base gives it some La Nuit Tresor DNA, but yeah, it's powdery. It's musk from head to base. When it gets on my skin and it warms up a bit, it's not as wet baby wipe as this one. It actually kind of mellows out to a more sensual powder. La Nuit Tresor Diamant Musk. The third one that I will mention is this baby. We know from the smile bottle and the scarf the silver one. This is La Vie Belle. This is a Le Clot version with the gritty bottle design. La Vie Belle is a super popular one that everyone knows about, but if you don't, it's a powdery floral with notes of orange blossom, iris, and vanilla and praline. This is touted as a fresher La Vie Belle. I think Le Clot in French is luminescence or something like that. Don't quote me, I don't know French. But when you're always talking perfumes, it's like you almost have to know some French because it's a huge part of the vocabulary when dealing with fragrances. Anywho, one of the things that makes this fresher, as a lighter and fresher La Vie Belle, is because it has powder in it. Here I go again, listen to other people like, oh, if you go to La Vie Belle, make sure you get Le Clot. I didn't think about why. I didn't look at the notes. People just kept recommending Le Clot. They said it was, when I heard about it, they said it was a little bit spicier, but had a little spice to it. But I had not smelled it. I just bought it because I know I like La Vie Belle. I tried the Intensement or Intense. Never mind. We're not going to try to be French here. But I smelled that one. I went through my sample and I was like, okay, well, I've had a taste of that. Let's get this one. I got this on discount, pretty cheap. So this one, they took out the patchouli and the praline at the base that makes it lighter, but threw in that powder. So this one is not bad. Like this one, I absolutely love. And I remember this was brought to my attention by Takira. She was talking about this and said it was powdery, and I had written it off prior to that it was just a thick, dense scent that I was not in the mood for. I wanted something lighter and fresher. So I went and dug this up out of the winter fragrance archive, and lo and behold, this is freaking powdery. It's powdery, but in a beautiful, fresh laundry, dryer sheet kind of way that I absolutely love. Like that for me just smells clean and refreshing and inviting, and this is really pretty. And I actually set my Delina aside for a little bit to give this some room to really just, so we can get to know each other. Like, I'm digging this. This is a powder that I can do. The next one that I'm going to tell you guys about is Flowerbomb Dew. Flowerbomb Dew came out this year as a spring scent. I've had it in my cart, but I checked out during the VIB sale. So I got this because I know I love the Flowerbomb overall. And even though this said it was powdery, I was willing to give it a shot because, again, I like Viktor Rolf. I like what they do with their fragrances. And this was powdery, but as soon as I sniffed it, I said, this smells like a lighter La Vie Belle with some powder on top. And I think that's exactly what it is. It's considered a Floriental musky perfume. It's designed around a dewy rose accord with rose water and morning dew, musk, and iris. So those classic powdery scents, but done in a Flowerbomb way. So I actually enjoyed this. This and this, we're friends. We're friends. That's powder done my way. The last fragrance that I want to tell you about, which I feel like for me, I don't hear it being said, but this beauty right here, that's one of my forever loves, Delina Exclusif by Parfumes de Marly. This is amazing. Most people may call it like a milky rose, and they talk a lot about rhubarb being used in this with the rose and having that vanilla base in it, and it does have iris and heliotrope. So yeah, I guess it should have told me that it was going to be powdery, but nobody just says that. So I wore this, and then as it warmed down with my skin, it was just more of this sensual powder again, rosy powder, and I love it. It's not the dominant note, but now that I know that, like anytime I smell it, powder, rose, and rhubarb, like Tell me what you think. You guys, let's have a conversation. Milky versus powder. Do you like powdery scents? What's your favorite powder? I would love to know. Yeah, I was never a fan, but these three, I could do a little powder. I could do a little powder. All right, see you guys next time. Take care.